Welcome back. This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel, and this is question number 12 from the May-June 2023 Cambridge 0580 paper 2, variance 2. And this question here is about, I guess, some sort of algebraic question in numbers. So it says one solution of the equation ax squared plus b equals 181 is x equals 8. A and B are both positive integers greater than 1. So important points here are they are integers and they are greater than 1. That means they don't include 1 and they're integers, just whole numbers. So A and B could be, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, they can't be 0. They can't be 1. Greater than 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. They could be, possibly, but we've got to work out the value of B. Now, it says x is 8. So let's first of all replace x with 8. So you have a times 8 squared plus b, and that has to be equal to 181. Okay, so that's 64a plus b has to equal 181. Now, let's see possible values of a. Now, a can be 2. If a is 2, you have 64 times 2 plus b equals 181. Now, 64 times 2 is 128. Plus b equals 181. So b can possibly be 181 minus 128, which is a positive integer. So you have 181 minus 128, which I think is 53. So b is equal to 53. Now, we can see that a can't be actually any other number except for 2, because if a, for example, was 3, then 64 times 3 is going to be more than 181. That's going to be 192, because you're going to have 180 plus 12, 192. Okay, and that means that b would have to be negative for it to for us to, if I have 192 plus b equals 181, then b would be a negative value, because you have to 181 minus 92. So b is, a and b are both positive. So that means a can't be 3, because then it'll make b negative. So the only possible value for a is 2. It can't be any other number except for 2, because it has to be greater than 1. And if it gets to 3, b will become negative. So that's the only value that a can be. Therefore, the only value that b can be is 53. Okay? And then it says write down. This is a key here. Write down. Write down the other solution of the equation, x squared plus bx. So x squared plus b equals 181. Now, what we'll notice here is that x is squared, right? So if we take the same number, we want to end up with, this is the only value that b can be, right? So if x is negative, it doesn't say here that x is positive, okay? It doesn't say x has to be positive. A and b have to be positive. X can be, any number that will satisfy this. Now, a number that will satisfy this and give us the same answer, the only number you can possibly have is basically negative 8, because that will also give us positive 64. You'll end up with the same sum, 64a plus b equals 181, if x was negative 8. So the other possible value for x is negative 8. It will give us exactly the same value for a and b in this situation. So those are the two solutions, or that's the solution, that's the value of b, and that's the other solution of this equation for x for these values of a and b. Okay, so that's a bit of a thinking question. You have to understand what it means by positive integers. Okay, and then greater than 1 is very important, because we can't use a as 1. A has to be greater than 1. Okay, so the only value that a can be is 2, as we mentioned. So that's the answer to that question. Not too difficult, just a bit of thinking involved. Other questions from this particular paper can be found in the playlist that will appear in this region over here at the end of the video. You'll find other questions dealing with, I guess I'll put this under algebra. Okay, just basic algebra. Playlist will be there for that. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking on this link, and you can watch a video here which will show you how to use my channel in an effective manner to find what you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.